You all.
Good to see you.
Yeah, well. So before we get moving, as always, anybody have any improv related things to say? Anything we've done or you've done with me or us, or without me or without us, or something that's been on your mind, some question, some thought? Shout it out.
Did
What
some
do you
redo lifts
think is
yesterday.
Hmm?
Looking forward to July 10th.
Well, yeah.
July Lucky Dog.
Okay. Any
I
questions
have
about
a
doing
question.
improv? Yeah. Yeah.
Like uh what do you think is not most important, or maybe what you do? Give a big line, give a big first line, or give a big response. Because some do like give a big response, that the first response is like a big response, and some uh for them the second response must be the bigger one. Like the first line can be like just a
You
normal
mean
line.
you mean for the opening of the scene?
Yeah, thank you for iterating.
Well, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, I know what people would like me to say. I know what improv directors would. Some improv directors would say one thing, some another. Um, One of the things we've talked about in here often, and we can prove it again if we need to, is that improv is only that much verbal. The rest of it is emotional and physical. Uh, what we say doesn't matter quite as much as how we say it, or the connection between us. I don't, for the way I teach things and the way I believe things could be done, I don't care if you never say anything. Or if you respond right away, or if you start shouting, whatever it is, as long as you and I are in a scene together and we're connecting, uh, I don't like things to be that premeditated.
Mhm.
I'll talk again about, I say it all the time, and this whole idea of randomness, chaos, and order. I truly believe in it, and I am going to do everything in my power to make sure that my team at my theater uses it constantly, because we've proved a number of times that it works and it leads to better improv. So I can quickly talk about that. We start scenes, good scenes, with randomness. We don't know why we're doing the thing we're doing. We do a thing, and it's random. Even if you come into the scene with an idea because you just saw another scene and now you've got an idea for the next scene, still, your idea might propel you onto the stage, but the thing that you do, the emotion that you use, the connection, the way you do it, uh, should be random or could be random. And then you don't know where it's going to lead. So you react, and the other person reacts. And if that reaction is somebody typing?
Oh yeah, me. Sorry.
Yeah, I can
I'm
hear
gonna
it.
mute myself.
Yeah, I can hear it. So yeah, good. There you go. So if if you're reacting as a character honestly, then I don't know what your response should be, or if you should make a response. Uh, if you're on stage acting, that's one thing. If you're on stage pretending, that's another thing.
Mm.
If you're pretending to do improv, I just heard myself again. What's going on? Almost everybody is muted. How is that possible? If you're doing what you think improv is, then I don't know. What will happen is you get into an improv jam. Somebody will host a jam, and the stuff that you'll do in the jam might be fun and it might be interesting, but it is not ever usually good improv. It's just for fun. You're not gonna use best practices there. The loudest person who rolls around the most and screams the most and thinks that they have the best, quickest ideas, they're gonna dominate, and you have to kind of keep up. So I don't like to do improv like that. I avoid jams for that reason. Like I avoid, flea markets. But that question is a question that you'd have to ask any improv director that you're working with. What do you want? What do you expect? Are we doing it this way? If you do it the way I say, it doesn't matter what the other person is doing. You can still do it this way and interact with people who are doing their premeditated, prepackaged, I had an idea on the way to the theater and I'm going to do it now no matter what, kind of thing. So there's no, for me, there's no answer to that other than I don't know what you should say. And many times you shouldn't know what you should say until after you've said it.
Tom, you said before that because it's hard to open a scene, that it's like a blank sheet of paper, just put in a letter.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that you said that you just say something and everything will start.
Or do something.
Or do something, yeah.
Yes, if you're facing a blank screen and you've got to write a script or a book or something, don't stare at a blank screen. Just type something. Anything. You can always delete it, but at least now it's not blank anymore. And you can say, I like that, so I'm going to keep doing it. I hate that, so I'm going to do something else. But it's very hard to deal with nothing.
Yeah.
So make it something. But this premeditation, people do it because they want to feel control, and they can't imagine you can walk out onto a stage and not know what you're going to say or do. It's scary to them. But how could I possibly walk out into that light with all these people watching and still not know what I'm about to do? But you see, you got to look at it the other way. In that, whatever it is that you do is fine, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about whether it's right or wrong, or the right thing or the wrong thing. Just do a thing. Yeah. And if someone else does something premeditated, you don't have to. Just react. It can be one-sided if it has to be. Anything else?
Don't try. Don't try.
Yeah.
As Bukowski said it, don't try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think Yoda said it too. Yeah. Do not. There is no try. Yeah, I mean, what are you trying for? Yeah. I'm not a golfer, so don't look at me like I'm a golfer, but I have played golf, and I used to play it when I was young, a couple times a week with friends, and I was never any good, and it was just for fun. And I learned one day from this guy who was pretty good. He would walk up to the tee with a driver, put the ball down, and he wouldn't take practice shots. He wouldn't swing, and then step up. He'd put the ball down, step up, hit the ball. Why waste your good stuff not hitting the ball? Oh, now I got it. Really? You think because you've just swung the club 3 times that now you're going to hit it correctly? You can still screw it up. So just put the ball down and hit the damn thing. And I got to the point where that's what I was doing. No practice, just ball, hit. So same thing with improv. Just hit the ball. Anything else? Any other questions? Thoughts?
I have additional question. How do you react to people because in the scene they said, bring a brick, not a house. But if you encountered, like I know you have scene partners that brings a house and not a brick, how do you like what are your like tips or like, what
So it depends. You can just not go in the house. Um, you can. I know what you're saying. What if someone comes in with a big idea, like a fully formed idea? Hey, I just got the Toyota. That means grandma's going to give us money in her will, which means we can buy the candy store and I can get all those Snickers at low price. And because your sister-in-law loved Snickers, and then you and I can then run away with your sister-in-law, but I'm not really going to run away with her. You and I will meet on the beach. It's like, why did you bring me into this? Why didn't you just rent a theater, stand with a microphone and tell everybody a freaking story? So yes, what do you do when someone does that? And boy, have I been around people who do that.
I will say, are you drunk?
No, that's not a good idea. No, never make somebody drunk.
Accept his reality.
Yeah, never make somebody drunk, crazy, stoned, or stupid. It's okay if they are.
Okay.
If their character is drunk, but you want, even when your character is drunk, you want it to be a rational character. They're drunk but still rational.
Okay.
If you make them drunk, all you're basically saying is, "Hey, audience, don't pay attention to that improviser. They don't know what they're doing. Just watch me." No, you can get them back on the right path. You really can. I suggest you try to do improv with David Rosowski sometime. The minute you try to do that crap, he will smack you right back into a good scene.
Wow, nice.
He will, I don't mean physically slap you, but he will make you go back into what was good. He won't accept it. So if somebody brings all that stuff, my grandmother, the candy store, all you have to do is stick a pin in their stinking balloon, you know? Yeah, Carl, but what about us? I thought we had something. Yeah, but I don't care about I never cared about the candy store. I never wanted any of that. I just wanted us. And now it's like you're not even here half the time. You know? That will bring them back down. That will take that balloon and bring it back down to where you can both be in the same scene together. And it happens all the time. And it happens in jams, and it happens with crappy improvisers, and it happens when there's no director. When it's just a bunch of people getting together. The loudest person with the most, the class clown has an advantage. Because if you stand there and you just go, yeah, someone's going to sweep you because you're not saying anything, because you're not yelling. So just realize when you're doing a jam, it's like finger painting. Don't think of it as your art. It's just kids finger painting. It's fun, but it's meaningless. And it can, if you do enough of it, it can really blunt your edge. It can really turn you into an improviser who does shit and thinks it's funny. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I'm playing my guitar out of tune. Who'll care? Just probably should tune it up. Any other questions or thoughts? I don't know if that answers it, but you can do all sorts of things. The thing I said the other day, if someone's doing stuff on the stage and it's like, what the fuck? Just turn and walk away. Disengage from them. Turn your back on them, walk to the other side of the stage and do something else. And now they have a choice. They can either try to re-engage with you, come over to you, which if they do, you win. If they don't, that's an interesting scene. A scene with two people who are 20 feet apart. That's fun. That works too. So you don't have to do anything. Okay. Just be honest. as your make your character honest. Let your character do what your character would do, whatever that is. And if it's nothing, that's fine too. Any other thoughts or questions?
Those
like
were
the
nice
fact that-
questions.
Yeah. I like the fact you boil it down to relationships or like some shift status, right? So if they do something out of like left field, just like bring it down to relationships or some kind of status because that's something that's very relatable.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say all this, and I say it. I know it's easy to say because even at my theater with troupe, it's a thing that has to be repeated every week. In every rehearsal, you have to keep reminding people, and because they just want to do premise. I have this great premise, this great idea that I'd like to see fleshed out in the scene I'm just about to walk into. First of all, I don't care about your stinking premise. Secondly, I'm in the scene with you. I don't know what your premise is. How do I know what I'm supposed to do? Third, who made you boss of this scene? You're not. Neither am I. But people want to do it. They're not trying to be idiots. It's understandable. They see stuff on TV, they see plays or whatever, and there's a premise. So they're just trying to recreate what they see. They don't realize that you can't recreate what you see that way. Just like you can't recreate a magic trick by just looking at a magic trick. Oh, it's simple. He just took a woman and sawed her in half. How hard is that? Let's try that. No, you can't actually, just because you saw it. There's a trick behind it that you didn't see. Behind that premise. That's why you learn this shit. Because you can't just look at it and then do it. There's something underlying it. And if you're really good at it, you can't see the stuff underlying it. So if you're doing improv based upon what you think improv is supposed to look like, which is what people do, it's unhelpful. It's unhelpful and it doesn't work very well and it's inconsistent. Maybe you'll hit gold one night. Maybe you won't 4 nights. Hit and miss. I wouldn't go to see a musician who was only good 1 out of every 4 performances. Any other thoughts? Nothing? Okay. Since we have folks who haven't been here with us, you, me, just quickly go over a couple of real quick basic ideas, and we'll use them. One of the things, since we talked about this right now, one of the things we don't want to do or worry about or think about in improv is plot. We don't want to talk about plot. Is there a plot in your scene? Maybe. That's not your business. That's not your job. Maybe as the scene progresses, something will in you will say, oh, this is interesting. I think I see where this is going. Okay, fine. But you can't direct it there. And if you try to plot, it doesn't work. It's not that it's morally wrong. It's impossible. It's not possible to do it without manipulating your scene partner and just basically narrating the scene. You'd be like one of those little kids who, insists on when they play with their friends. No, I'll be the mommy. You be the daddy. No, you stand over there and you go over and so that one kid manipulates all the other kids. And that's how she or he knows how to have fun. And the rest are just following along. No, you stand in the corner. I'm the teacher. That's what you are if you're trying to impose some kind of premise in a scene. So what are we going to be doing? We're going to be doing grounded scenes that have that start with randomness. We talk about the fact that that randomness, chaos, and order are 3 completely different things, and that randomness is flipping a coin. No prediction, no connection to any other coin flips. It's totally random. Can't predict. Can't see what's going to happen. Chaos is the weather. hurricanes, the stock market. There are connections to things, but they're so complicated that it's hard to see them. But once you see them, you say, oh, I see how it got there. I think I see where it's going, that hurricane. Not sure, but I think I see it. And then there's order. When you finally do see, okay, oh, it's going there. That's where it's going to go. Now you can do something about it. So you start your scenes with randomness. You do things to do them, not because of why you're doing them. You just do them. Then when enough of those things are done, then you begin to see a pattern that you didn't plan. It just sort of occurs to you. And then, oh, the pattern's here. Oh, I see. Oh, I got now. This is what we're doing. Okay, I can now make some choices. The audience doesn't see any of that. To them, it's all order. They can't imagine that you've walked onto the stage and are doing things for no damn reason. It doesn't occur to them. They've never seen any art form like that. So they're not used to it. So they're assigning reasons to everything you do, even though there are none. And then as the chaos happens, it's not chaos to them. They know exactly what's happening, they think. And then when you grab onto it and start making order out of it, now they see it. But they've seen it all along, they think. But you haven't, because it's not your job. Your job isn't to have an idea and make it come to life. Your job is to be the thing in the scene that eventually does come to life. You discover stuff, not plan it. So how do we do it? Well, one of the ways that we do it is by using scene dynamics. Who wants to tell me what scene dynamics are?
Repetition.
Mm-hmm.
Louder, softer.
Yes. Repetition is a tool you can use. It works in comedy beautifully, but it works in improv. Repeat things. Repeat things that your partner said. Repeat things that you've said. Repeat them verbatim as often as you want. The more you repeat them, the better. Every time you repeat something, it means something different than the last time you said it. It's there. Use it. Don't think you've always got to come up with a new thing to say. Say the thing you've just said. Then say it again. Or if I've said it, repeat it back to me. And the other thing that repetition does, if I say a thing and you repeat it, it shows that you're listening, that we're connected. What else? You said loud and soft.
Gaps, short gaps, long gaps, talk over each other.
Pacing.
Yeah, right. Yes, we're improvisers. We're not giving TED Talks. It's okay to talk over one another. The stuff that we're saying is not information that somebody needs to write down in a scene. So if two people are talking over one another, maybe you can't hear what they're both saying, but you sure as hell know what's going on. And you know the relationship between these people. That's all that's important. And I'll say again, every good improv scene is about the same thing. What?
Two people.
Yeah, well, the people in the scene. Yes.
Relationships.
Yeah.
Right.
Connection.
Yes, every improv scene is about the characters in the scene. If you're talking about another character who's not there, that's fine, but it's how that absent character relates to you. If somebody brings a house, it still has to be about you. If you think that the scene is about docking with the International Space Station, it's not. It's about you docking with the International Space Station. It's about how you get along. So here's one of the things that I want to do today, and that is I want us to do scenes where we are not arguing. I want us to do scenes where we're both on the same side. Now, you can be both on the same side and see things differently, but it doesn't have to be an argument. In fact, you can absolutely agree with one another and it's still isn't an agreement. I really love you, Steve. No, I love you more. No, I really love you. Yeah, but I didn't know what love was until I met you. No, you knew what love was because you taught it to me. No, you taught it to me. So is it an argument? Is it an argument? They love each other. That's a little extreme, but still. So that's what I'd like us to do. I'd like us to not bicker. If it gets there, if it gets to a point where we disagree, then fine, follow it there. That's good.
Oh,
but that's fine. I'm not going to tell you not to walk down the path that you've laid out for yourselves. But try to lay out the path at the beginning, at least, where you're on the same team, on the same side. Let's see what happens. Okay. So what I do is, you guys have been asking to do it. So I do the little carousel thing where I do a little 2-minute thing with each one of you, and then you guys do stuff, right? So I'll take everybody out into the green room who's not in it, and then it's me in it one by one for a couple minutes each. Shall we? We shall. I just go right down the line. Okay, so you can kind of know where you're up. Okay, it's you and I. Oh, it's you and me. Sorry. Whenever you're ready.
Anytime.
It wasn't expensive at all.
No, it wasn't. It was a good
It was a
buy.
good deal. It was a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you hopped on it.
Yeah. And look at you. Look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you. Look at you. Look at you. It's glowing.
It is.
You're glowing. You're glowing.
I am.
You are.
It's LED. Energy efficient.
Yeah. No, I mean like your inner glowing. Like you're glowing. Like inside you, I mean, yeah, it's glowing, but
Totally worth it, Steve.
yeah. I don't know. I thought you needed a little glow,
I'm thankful you gave me this for our anniversary,
And the fact that it wasn't actually even our anniversary, that I got the date wrong, I think that's kind of charming.
It's cool. I love it, I can claim it on my taxes later on.
It's good. See? Now, Teresa, I mean, you didn't get pissed off because I picked the wrong date, because that was Diana's anniversary with me years ago. And that date stuck in my mind. And it's like, and now you benefit.
Why are you bringing Diana in this?
Well, I'm not. It was, it's like a knee jerk thing, You're glowing. Look at you glow.
I wonder if Diana's glowing at this time.
Oh. You repeated yourself. You said at this time.
I'm trying
whenever you do that, it's hostility. It's hostility coming out. I can feel that.
Look, Steve, I'm trying not to be hostile, but you know what? You brought up Diana, and I'm pretty sure she's probably glowing.
Okay.
When was the last time you talked to Diana, Steve?
Today, this morning.
Oh.
Like I said, I get confused.
I guess we'll be both glowing.
But look, you're
glowing too, Steve. I don't know if it's for anxiety.
Me? Anxiety. I don't have a worry in the world.
No.
I got you. I got me.
Diana.
No, I don't have her.
Oh, you got Diana.
She's the past.
I'd like to believe that.
Oh,
I really
good,
would.
Good.
I need to talk to Diana really quick.
Don't call her. Don't call her. She's having some work done on her roof this week.
Her roof.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it these days, Steve? her roof. Her roof is on fire.
I said that once years ago.
You did.
You'd never let me forget it. See? Ready?
Nick, come on.
I said yes. I said yes. I said yes. It's yes. Yes. I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
Oh my God. Nick, you finally said yes.
I said yes.
Wow.
I'm taking it.
Wow.
Assistant manager.
You've worked so hard for this, Nick.
It was either Ted.
manager.
It was either Ted or me, and I thought it was going to be Ted. I really did.
Oh man, I thought so too.
What do you mean you thought so?
It scared me. It
What do
scared
you
me.
mean you thought so? I thought you believed in me,
I believed in you,
but you thought it would be Ted.
he has a way of.
Of what?
He kisses ass. You do
I
things
kiss
by the
ass?
book.
I kiss ass.
I mean, you don't kiss you don't kiss ass the way he does. I mean, he really kisses ass.
No, I really can kiss ass. I really can. I'm obnoxious.
I sorry. I mean, I'm sorry. You know I love you, man. You know I love you, and I love it. You got it.
I thought you did.
But it's just you're ass kissing. It's like it's not good.
So you're saying I'm not management level ass kisser? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's you're a fantastic manager, but it's a good thing that you can't kiss ass.
No,
man.
it isn't. I'll never succeed. I'll have to have talent and ability
Well, yeah, you need
and
that.
integrity and all that. You don't need that if you're an ass kisser like Ted.
Oh wow! Oh well. Congratulations.
Thank you. That's
Right.
square one.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go ahead. We'll do it.
Okay.
It is, right? I mean,
Right.
I
Okay.
feel stupid. I feel stupid, but
Stupid.
yeah, I really do. I mean, this is not how I like to do things, but okay.
All right then. Okay. How stupid?
What happens now?
How stupid? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1
Oh,
being
all right,
stupid, 10 being you can't even count that high. How stupid?
Remember back in high school when I got really fucked up, I really drunk, and I threw up in your dad's car. And not that stupid, not that stupid, but close.
Okay. That was stupid.
That was boy. That was horrible.
Do you know what was stupider?
Mm.
When I did the same thing like a week later, but you got blamed for it.
Yeah, you kind of owe me for that one, son.
That was smart for me, but that was like stupid for you. I mean, you took the blame. You took the blame for throwing up twice in a car when you only did it once.
Mm-hmm.
That's stupid? Is that how stupid you feel right now?
Well, When he died, right before I told him the truth about the second time.
Oh. I didn't know you talked to him before he died.
I've been meaning to bring this up for a long time, but
he had a really funny look on his face when he died. He was looking at me like
I was looking at you.
He died like that. And
yep.
Yeah, I mean.
Yep.
I mean, they had to close his.
They had to tape it down. You remember that?
You know how he kind of looked? Stupid.
Stupid.
He did.
Damn.
This is what we've always wanted.
This is what
we've always wanted this. Oh, I thought it's what we've always wanted.
It's what you've always wanted, but I learned to love it because of you.
Good. It's never too late to learn.
Without you in my life, I won't be able to see things in a different perspective.
I'm very important to you.
You're very important to me. Your insights, your mind, your heart, the way you feel, the way you think about things, the way you plan, the way you execute them.
I know. Okay. Say your favorite thing about me. So just
smile.
What?
Your smile.
My smile. Anybody can do that. I mean, say like the favorite thing about that's me. You know, not a stupid thing like a smile. That's just.
Can't you see that when you smile, all the people will smile back? Whenever we're in supermarket, in the park, and in the meeting table, when you smile, it's contagious.
So is COVID. That doesn't make it a good thing.
So you're saying you're not a good thing.
I'm important to you. I'm important to you.
You're important.
You need me. Without me, you wouldn't even know how important I was to you. Who'd tell you?
But I've learned now. So maybe I don't need you anymore.
Okay, but we'll talk about this when you're rational. Okay?
How are you?
I am fine. I'm doing just great. You're doing great.
Yeah. I have a son and a daughter.
Do you?
And yeah. You.
What?
You. How about you? How's your life after?
Oh. It didn't work out as well for me as it did for you. I don't. I have a son and a daughter too. So I don't want a son and a daughter. So it didn't work out that well for me, but
this is so awkward.
It is awkward. I just stopped to get some canned peaches, and I didn't even know you lived in the town anymore.
Yeah.
I thought you moved away after the embarrassment.
Yeah.
People still talk to you and all that. Do still get along with people? Do they ever point at you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Why?
Um, I didn't go back.
Well, I'll just get the peaches.
Uh,
Because it's buy one get one
you
free.
aren't you going to say something about this?
Yes. Okay. We were like 2 cans of canned peaches. There's something very sweet and vulnerable inside both, but they can't ever seem to get together without opening each other up.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't even want them anymore. They'd be sour.
It's time to move on.
Yeah, I've got to get some melons.
Yeah. Nice to meet you again.
Yeah, enjoy your kids.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, no, I won't.
Such a great workout.
Such
a great workout. Did you see what I did?
Oh, yeah. I'm a new man after that. This is great. How long must we be? I mean, how long do we? How long does this have to go on? I mean, how many reps do we have to do?
As long as we feel good about it. Or
But well, I mean, yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
you're feeling good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. No pain, no gain.
So should we stop now? Then?
Yes. Yes, we should stop. Now. We should stop.
Oh.
Because honestly, I feel like I like can't feel anything on my left side right now. And my leg is cramping up. And I don't know why all my toes on my left foot are curling up. But my right foot seems to be fine.
Oh, I'm glad you're honest. Because you said you felt good earlier.
Yeah, well.
I feel like I'm glad you can finally be honest with me, even if it's during a workout.
I didn't know you wanted me to be honest with you.
You didn't know?
No. I mean, ever since we met, I've been talking all kinds of bullshit, and you seem to like it. So I just kept doing it.
I guess I just assumed everyone on Tinder was like that.
We're not. I talk to a lot of people on Tinder. It's mostly bullshit. I mean, I thought that's what you wanted. I mean, if you wanted something real, you wouldn't use. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you wanted me to be honest. What would you like me to be honest about? I could be honest about anything you want. You really want that? If you want that, I'll do it right now.
Yeah, I want you to be honest.
Okay, I hate that top. I hate that top. I hate it.
Okay, that's easy to change. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, but
I'm not tied to.
Okay, good.
Like a top.
Okay. Now you be honest.
I'd like you to. I don't know, actually. I like everything about you.
Okay. I don't think we're compatible.
Teddy, you're brilliant. We made it.
Yeah.
Gosh. Woo! You're so brilliant. You're the idol, man.
I was never one of the smartest ones in the school either. You know, but hell.
But your solution that we have to gain 10 pounds in 10 days is to do all the Vegas buffets.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I bet, man, that we could gain 10 pounds in 10 days.
Oh, we're required to do 10 pounds in 3 days now.
Yeah, but it doesn't say anywhere that the days have to be consecutive.
Oh, you're so brilliant. You're the best.
So the 3 days I picked were tomorrow, 2 Thursdays from now, and New Year's Eve. So
you know, in October, we can be Pillsboro Doughboys. Yeah.
I know.
You know,
it
like,
doesn't say 3 consecutive days.
We can walk like this in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Where you're my snuffleupagus to my big bird.
Boy, if I've heard that once, I've heard that.
Yeah, we can be as big as snuffleupagus in 5 days, right?
Not consecutive.
Well, about every 3 days.
I don't know. What's with the days? Why do we have to keep worrying about doing things in days?
Because you're so brilliant. You can even plan the days. If I had 1/4 of your brain and 1/4 of your weight, I'll be happy.
That is the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Yes, I am your immortal sidekick, sir.
And I am whatever that makes me.
Now, can we have dessert? Lots.
Lots of it.
Michael, you were right. I should have taken your advice. You were so right about
You
this.
should always take my advice, Regina.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe I didn't take your last advice, although it was.
You know, I only give advice when I'm right about something.
And you're
you know
always
that.
right.
I'm not always right. I just don't give advice when I'm wrong.
Right. Because last month you gave me an advice and it didn't work, but it was right too. It was right in a way.
It was right.
Right.
It just was. It wasn't.
Right,
It was. It just wasn't right for you. But
for
it was
me,
right.
yeah. But it was right. Yeah.
Right. I told you.
So,
I told you to drop the transmission from your car and put a different one in. That was
true.
Yeah, and it would have been right if you'd had a different car. That
was the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. I didn't listen to you.
Don't worry about it. You know, I mean, my God. What about when you tell me stuff? I listen. I listen to you. I believed. Well, yes, because you beat me. I mean, I believed glitter was edible.
That's true.
You learned.
Yeah, I mean, I don't lie to you.
No, I mean,
I never lie.
Why would you lie?
Yeah, why would I lie?
Why would you? Why would you lie?
Yeah, why would I lie? I mean, I never lie.
Why would you lie?
I don't know. Yeah, you tell me.
Why would you lie?
You tell me because I believe you all the time.
Why would you? Why would you lie? Just tell me why would you do that?
Yeah, I mean, why would I lie?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. I'm asking you. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm asking you. Glitter is not edible.
It's not. It's not.
It's not. True. I can't even go through a metal detector anymore.
True. Just believe everything that I say is true as you are. You are the truth. You are the truth.
Thanks to you, I feel like I swallowed Peter Pan.
You did.
Okay. So, stuff.
I swallowed Peter Pan.
Did
Oh my
you?
gosh, my sound.
What's that?
My sound, it
It's
went
fine.
off, so I had to remove my
It's all right.
lapel.
No, it's perfectly fine. So we all agreed. We did do scenes where we were on the same side, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I think they worked. I mean, we didn't always stay on the same side. You don't have to, you're the worst babysitter ever. Well, you're the worst blah, blah, blah ever. Well, you're horrible. No, you're horrible. It doesn't always have to be that. So don't think you have to inject some tension that isn't necessarily there, at least not at the beginning. It will grow out of something that you're doing. But you can agree so much that it's horrible for you, or you can think that you agree, but it's easy to see that you don't. Any thoughts before we jump around?
Glitter may not be edible, but it makes your shit look pretty.
Well, something has to.
I wanted to.
I like the peaches. You're comparing two peaches. So how will he compare it? And then you said you'll open it. Like you need to open each other. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those deals where I had, that specificity. I wasn't just standing there. There was a thing that I was doing. And so I specified cans of peaches. So when I needed something to compare us to, I didn't have to look very far. I already had them in my hand. It wasn't planned in any way. But that's what happens when you randomly do something and remember that you did it. Now you're going to need something later in the scene. Guess what? You've already got it, which to the audience looks like, holy crap, they must write this stuff. They can't possibly be making this stuff up, because how could they have known? Which is a compliment if they think that you aren't really improvising. You're going to say something, Kalia?
Well, first I wanted to say I love the way Lourdes just changed the energy. Like, without saying anything, you could see the change in her. I thought it was just really impressive.
Nice.
And I wanted to ask about the peaches, because like in your book you talk about I think it was the umbrella, right? The concept of the umbrella and the peaches. So how is that one of those things that you just bring up, and then you call back later, or is it something like, because I actually wanted to come up with a scene wherein I would bring an object so that we could recall it later, but then as you were talking earlier, I was like, screw that, just do something with the whole randomness and see what happens there.
Well, you can have objects, small, meaningless objects. Me reaching for a couple of cans of peaches didn't really impact the scene at all. It didn't change very much. It didn't really. It wasn't distracting really. But there they were. I had them. So it's never a bad thing. The more formats that you do, if you ever get a chance to do, we used to do a format. I forget what the hell it's called now. It's a well-known format. I think it's, oh my God. It'll come to me what it's called. But you start off with where let's say you have 6 people in the in the piece. You start off where one person comes out on the stage. They're not acting. They're telling you what's in the scene. They're saying, there's a jukebox in that corner.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lampshade hanging from here. Then the next person comes in and says, there's a table over here. And so by the time you've got the 6th person, you've got everything laid out. You can see it all. So now you have to interact with things. And you begin to see that you might forget about one of the things or 2 of the things. There's a whole lot of them. But then as things go along, you need something. and you realize, oh, you know, I should probably go over right now and put some money in the jukebox. And it just reminds you that you're not just standing in an empty space with two black chairs, trying to create something from zero. There's plenty there. You just have to imagine it. And once you do, it's permanent, and then you get to use it. I think of a stage like a kid's playpen. Why would you put a kid in a playpen and not put any toys in there with them? It shouldn't be empty. There should be stuff. It doesn't have to be overflowing with stuff, but something. So put some stuff in there. Why not? There's nothing to stop you.
I remember like this.
We just don't think of it.
Right. It's painting the scene. It's like a common reality. So if someone hits their head over some kind of overhead on the corner of the scene, then anybody walks there hits their head over it. So it's like a common reality, a common space.
And you always want to put something in the middle of the stage, in the way, a coffee table. It's there, but obviously you can't see it. So that the characters have to keep walking around it. An obstacle. There's nothing more convincing and cooler than watching actors walking around an invisible coffee table, every single one of them. So is it an obstacle? No, it's brilliant, you know. So yeah, it's random, and then it isn't. Any other thoughts?
I also liked how Rob was able to shift the orbits. Like it it came out of nowhere, like changing the energy was like, wow. It was pretty creative. I liked watching it.
Oh, you mean like when he said that he talked to my father before he died? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which gave me the opportunity to react in a different way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great shift.
Yes. So here we have a scene where at the end of the scene, someone mimics what his dying father looked like, and they say how stupid he looked. There's no way that you or anyone could have thought of a scene like that ahead of time that ended that way.
Yeah.
Nobody would write that sketch. Nobody, you couldn't think of it. It wouldn't occur to anybody. The only way to get to that is through improv. That's the only way. And through random chaos order. That's the only way to get there. So, and yet, week in, week out, you got to keep reminding improvisers, don't do yes and. Don't stand there and say you're the worst camp counselor ever. Don't go ding dong for no reason. Any other thoughts, questions of what you just saw or did? Nothing? Okay, so now you do it without me. You do you. I'll get out of your way. We'll do 2 by 2. Same idea. I'm not going to bother you at all. I'm not going to throw up little hints or stuff. I'll just get the hell out of the way. So we'll go 2 by 2 by 2, and I'll go right down the line as before. So here we go. And I will remove the names. Oops, what happened? Okay. That's funny. Okay. I will remove the names so no one's tempted to use them, and I'll get out of your way. It'll be like a 4-minute scene, something like that.
Hey, Steve, did you get the files I sent you?
Of course, I got the files. I got them. I placed them right down there. Patricia I think I did it right, Patricia?
Put them down there?
Yeah.
Why aren't they on my desk, Bob?
Would you like them on your desk?
I'd like them on my desk, Bob.
Oh, okay. Hold on. They're on your desk.
Oh, thank you, Bob. It's very nice.
Yeah, Patricia, I just whatever I can do to help.
I'm glad you can help, Bob. How are the kids?
It's not so good, Patricia.
No?
No. Little Tommy, he needs like another tutor. Just it's not it's I don't know what to do with little Tommy.
Little Tommy, oh, he's the 10-year-old, right?
And and yeah, the Samantha needs some braces, and it's really expensive.
I can see that.
Yeah, and yeah, now that you're asking, I wanted to talk to you about the raise that you promised me.
Ah, the raise. I was gonna promise you that when I got the files on my desk, but I didn't get them Friday.
But they're
So
there
I had
now.
time to think about that.
Yeah, but they're there now, Patricia.
They're there now. They're there now. That's right. That's right.
Ow! Patricia,
It's okay.
what do I need to do to get the raise?
You need to bring the files on time on my desk, Bob.
They're on the desk.
They're on now right now, Bob. It's okay. I need to read them. Okay? What is this? What is this?
Patricia, I've been working for like 7 years now. 7 years. You know my kids, you ask about them, but nothing.
I don't see the sign at the bottom, Bob. I need to give this back.
That's good. Very nice. I was hoping you'd do something like that. I really was. I'm glad you did. Cool. Any thoughts? Anyone? Quickly.
Scene dynamics is I saw it in Khalil a while ago. Like yeah. He even uh said the kids. He brought back the information about kids. My kids. My kids. And why don't you give me a raise? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice line.
Anyone else see anything? It's okay.
I thought I really appreciated the character of Lourdes. It was one of those people, everyone knows that character, that that boss was just not the best, but is perfect. I love the interaction. I love the play.
Yeah, very often, like I said at the end there, Lourdes knows how to button a scene, and what a scene needs and when. So at the end, I'm thinking, oh, if he's talked about the kids, the files are there. What does he got to do? It's really intense and upsetting. She's got to say something about the files, or what font did you use for this? I thought we said Courier, didn't we say Courier? That this is new Courier, and she did, which is one of those things that the audience sometimes knows what you need to do. They can see it, they can see where it's going, and they know exactly. They kind of know what they want, what would please them. It's nice to know what that would be, so that you can either give it to them or be kind of a nice jerk, and deny them and go in a different direction, but still do it on purpose. So that's nice. It's not that I hoped she would do that. It was rewarding that she did. I was ready to button that scene the minute she did it, and she did. That's consistency in improv. When you know That's how somebody knows how to play the game. Okay, let's move along. Cool, thank you. Let's go from the other end. And that. Good. I'll get out of your way. I'll remove the names. And do it twice.
I like what you're doing tonight.
Oh, which part of that?
What you're wearing, that's my gift for you on our first anniversary.
Oh, yeah! Was that our first anniversary?
If I remember it right, yeah. And it still fits you. It fits you well.
Of course.
You never changed a bit. You never changed a bit. So you brought me here. The rare times we're together. What are you up to, huh?
That's the thing.
Hmm.
I'm looking for some changes. Because I realized, past few months, I realized that
That you love me more.
yeah, but I love myself more now.
Oh, I'm open to that.
Yeah?
You have the right to love yourself.
Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, yeah. Of course, yes.
Except
So,
you put a lot of soup in the salt, but I still love you. You put a lot of salt in the soup. I'll finish it.
For a change.
For better.
Because I always underdo it. Yeah. Yeah. For change.
There's one question I have.
Yeah.
What time is your husband coming back?
That's the thing. I was gonna tell you. Oh my God, because we're planning to a trip because
Can I go with you?
Of course you can.
I'll stay in another cottage.
Sure.
It's such a perfect night.
Yeah, I just want you to not sleep with my husband anymore, if that's okay.
Not to sleep with who?
My husband, because he's my husband. I mean, I know that you two, I have been very open about you two, but...
But if I didn't meet your husband, I wouldn't meet you.
I know.
Everything has a reason.
I know.
This dinner.
Yeah, it's just that I want everything to be...
I'm not a jealous type.
But I am. So,
Don't worry, your husband loves you more than he loves me.
Okay.
So when will we pack our bags for the vacation?
Okay, you both decide. Because just I just always follow you guys.
But please wear the same dress.
I will.
Same.
Thank you.
Cool. Before I bring everybody back in, I there's something I wanna show you. It was great. I wouldn't change anything, but I want to show you a thing that could have happened, not that should have happened, but it's one of these things that happens in improv, and it's like, oh, you can do this, you said you always put soup in the salt.
Yeah,
and then you corrected it and said, I mean salt in the soup. What I might have done would be to jump on that. What do you mean soup in the salt? Well, I know, but you said soup in the salt. I mean, and then keep hitting it later on. Okay. You don't have to do it, but then if you do it, that often, when someone makes a mistake like that, that's the shiny object very often.
Oh yeah.
No,
it can be. I mean, you don't have to, and it's fine that you didn't. But I just want you to know that you have permission to do that. So if you want to take it from where you said that, and let's just see how it plays out for 30 seconds or so. Okay.
This night is perfect, but you put too much soup in the salt.
What do you mean soup in the salt? You mean salt in the soup?
No, soup in the salt. I like salt, but you put too much soup on it.
Oh, that's the thing. That's why I want. We're not connecting, and I guess we're not connecting. It. You two are connecting, but us,
No, like
I
it's like when we meet, you put too much jealousy in magic.
too much. How does it even? How do you even call it magic if there's jealousy in it? I mean,
You know what could work out?
what?
Let's bring your husband in. It will add to our soup.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. Any quick thoughts from anybody?
Weird.
I want to bring the husband in the mix.
Yeah.
Better
I was
bring-
surprised by the entry of the husband. I didn't expect Ella to say that.
I love the
Okay.
metaphors.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I surprised myself too.
I love that the secrets are being revealed. Like after 30 seconds, there's another reveal. 30 seconds, there's another reveal.
Yeah.
No, but the exercise was to agree, so I have to agree with Ella's. Oh my God, the
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah. When you say metaphors, what metaphors did you see or hear?
Like
Do you remember?
there was something about the magic in,
Oh, yeah.
Well,
but also the fact that I felt at some point like talking about the soup in the salt was talking about something extra, and then especially when later the playback of the husband came back, so I felt like there was a connection between what they were talking about and maybe the husband.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Anyone see anything else? Anything else to discuss? Okay, we'll move to someone else now. Let's move along. There, I'm out of here.
Is this your house?
Yeah, yeah, it is. You've been here before, remember?
I'm sorry. I just like gone from a head surgery, and there are a lot of things that I can't remember anymore. Um,
Yeah, I know. I know. I heard about that. I'm glad you reconnected.
yeah, they said you're my sister.
I can't believe we've we've let this argument about grandma's ring tear us apart.
Yeah, I know. Mm, but that's a long time ago.
Too
Um,
long.
um, where is mom?
Mom, mom's always in our hearts.
What happened?
She took a trip when you had your surgery.
Took a trip to where?
Um, yeah, she had to heal
Just say it.
herself. Yeah.
Just say it forward. Just tell me the truth.
I I'm trying to,
What
but
happened? What
that's why
happened?
it's always tough.
What
I mean,
happened? Lily, say it to me. What happened?
she met a nurse while you were having a brain surgery, and she decided that she didn't want to take care of you anymore and ran off with him.
Scared me to death, my God. I thought she died. She just eloped with a boy. It's okay.
That's okay?
Yeah. I've been pairing up my mom with another guy and our mom, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah. Oh,
I mean, it's
thank,
not the first time she ran off with a guy and left us alone.
yeah. You scared me. Oh my gosh. I thought that there's something bad that happened or like she like died in a car accident or whatever. You know, you're still the same. I miss you.
Miss you too.
You want to eat some, you know, pizza?
At our usual place?
Yeah.
Do you
The
still
first one.
remember?
Yeah. Where is it? Joke. Where?
Joke. Okay. Fun. Any thoughts, anybody? It was fun. She ran off with a nurse.
That's okay, as long as she's alive, right?
I guess. Depends on the nurse, I suppose. Any
Nurse
thoughts?
was probably Filipino.
That's a callback. That's a callback. Any thoughts, anyone?
Good stuff.
Hmm?
Yeah, just trying to go for the pizza and then she can't remember where the pizza place is. It's like, yeah, let's go for some pizza. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
They
may never meet again.
I like that these two kids are damaged by their mom and they agree to be damaged and they are okay with it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there was definitely a backstory with these two, and they figured it out. They didn't put it there, but they kind of figured it out from what they were doing. What did you think, either of you who were doing it? Any thoughts about that scene?
Yeah, I didn't want to go into depth. Like, I felt like that was something that people would have expected.
You're right.
And so I learned from the last scene, I think, where they took it on a different tangent. So I was trying that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, you could have done something clever, like, oh, I'm afraid she's gone, sweetheart. She's gone to Disney World in California. That would have been funny, but it would have been kind of funny, you know. So I mean, it's a joke almost. So this was much more real than that. So thank you for not. I mean, you didn't go down, and you also didn't turn it into a joke, which, believe me, a lot of improvisers would have done. We all know. Well, many of us know. Faces pop into my brain of who would have turned that into a joke. Good, cool. Let's finish it up. Here we go. Let's hear that there. I will get out of your way.
Ang gwapo-gwapo mo talaga, anak. Diyos ko. Binata ka na. So, are you ready for your prom?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Naku, mukhang hindi matutuloy ah. Lakas yung ulan.
Okay. Mommy, I'm scared.
I'm scared also because you're a bright young man now. At mamaya, iwanan mo si mommy, makipagtanan ka sa ibang mga girls.
I know. What if she wants to have sex? What do I do? I'm not ready. What do I do? I mean, it's raining.
When you do, uh, uh, you call me. You call me. Okay?
Call, not text.
Call me. Call. I'll teach you
Okay,
step
mom.
by step, step by step.
Okay. Should I get condom now?
Secret. You will learn when it happens. You call me.
Okay. Do I look? Am I handsome? Will you tell me? Am I handsome?
Handsome? Where did you get the
Um,
handsome face? Of course, from your mom.
I look like my mother.
Yeah, you look like your mother.
Guapo ako.
Sobrang gwapo mo, anak. Sobrang
Guapo
gwapo mo.
ako. Ako si Gigil.
Nakagigil ka, nak. Nakuha mo yung mata ng nanay mo.
Oh,
Nakuha mo
sorry ha. Not, no. Well, hindi nagigil. Hindi, no. Wala.
Don't be afraid, anak. Don't be afraid of what will happen today and tomorrow. You are bright. You are a bright young man, anak.
Okay. Ayos.
Pogi.
Thanks, ma.
See?
Oh,
I can honestly say I have never seen that scene before. I've never seen the scene where mom tells her son about calling her so he can have sex later on, and condoms, you'll figure it out. And, and go for it. Yeah, that's not a scene I've seen before.
Hero.
That was lovely.
give it up to Andy. That was just,
Yeah.
That was fun. No.
just followed along.
Yeah, that was yeah. Oh yeah. See now, there you go. That's grounded.
Yeah.
And yet, if you wrote down what was said, and you looked at it, you'd say, "Well, some of this is just ridiculous." Who would say that? This character would.
Yeah.
That's what's grounded. This character would say that. And so now, imagine that you were doing a narrative, and this character over a 25, 30-minute piece kept coming back in different situations. You wouldn't know what to expect from this character. You'd think, what? Okay, now what's going to happen? What? But and yet it wouldn't be just some nonsense. It would make some kind of sense. So that's nice. Any thoughts from anybody?
It's a very tough situation for mom to be in, to suddenly tell the birds and the bees. But Andy was so encouraging, but her face wasn't. She was so scared. She was encouraging with what she's weak, but her face was so scared.
Yeah. But of course, she kept telling him how bright he was, as though that has something to do with it, and he'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
and of course, at the end, he started off like a child, and then when she kept building him up, he wound up like a man. Okay, I'm going out there now, Mom. I'm coming home with a grandkid. That was funny. Any other thoughts?
And it's nice to see Rob as a teenager.
Show me a guy who isn't really a teenager.
I wanted to add, like with Andy's specificity about being a Filipino mom, it brought like so many images to my mind. And one of the things that came to my mind was, if you ever watched this one Manny Pacquiao fight, the mom was in the audience and the cameras were flashing on her, and she had a crucifix and she was like cursing the opponent like that. And it was just like hilarious. And I could just imagine, it's like, that's how a Filipino mom is. It's like, I am involved in everything.
And of course,
It's just
some of the language I didn't understand. But
Yeah.
who cares?
Me too.
Who cares? Who cares? I don't care.
I saw
I'd like to
Rob
ask-
genuflex like he was going to unmanned territory. It was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
The
I know.
Catholic Filipino.
I was waiting for Andy to say, once the moment is there, just pray.
Right.
Say our grace before meal.
Oh snap.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, how do you, like, when you talk about expanding the character in a 25-minute scene, how do you make sure that it becomes richer and not like just a repeat of the same sentences, or is it about repetition like you mentioned?
Well, when I was talking about a narrative, I was kind of talking about one that involved a lot of different actors doing various scenes one after another and returning characters and with different other characters. But I've certainly done 45-minute two-person stuff. That's a narrative. It's kind of called a mono scene, but it usually takes place in one location or one setting. There's a lot of ways to do it. You keep re-energizing the scene by using scene dynamics and by shifting status. Every time there's a status shift, an actual real status shift, whenever that happens in a scene, suddenly we've injected a new meaning into the scene. Stuff that we didn't know meant anything before, now it means something. Now we're in a different level, step of the ladder, and we always keep going up the ladder. So the minute that the orbit that you're in starts getting too regular, you do something to bump the orbit to a different one. But there are techniques that you can use where you can do a two-person scene for 45 minutes, but turn it into 3 different scenes or 4 different scenes. You can move around and do flashbacks from the scene that you're in, or do flash forwards, or that sort of thing. There's gimmicks you can use so that it's not that linear. But if you're good at it, you can do 25, 35, 45 minutes. And you just have to keep surprising one another, and keep from thinking that you think you know what the scene is about, because it's not. Maybe this moment is about that, but in another moment it might be about something else. It might be about the canned peaches that you had 25 minutes ago. I did a scene with a partner of mine. She and I did a scene. It was about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and it started off that she and I lived in this little house, and I opened up some canned tomatoes, and I was cooking and I was eating them, and we discovered that the canned tomatoes had botulism in them. And I now assumed she was dying. She was dying. She ate it. She was dying. Was she? I don't know, but she assumed she was dying. We treated her like she was dying. I was like Romeo and Juliet. I wasn't going to let her die alone, so I found another can of tomatoes and sacrificed myself by eating the botulism tomatoes to kill myself. Did they have botulism? Were we really? I don't know. We acted like they did. We were saying our last goodbyes to one another, and how life was nice, and how we could have done this and that. And then we would kind of be just fine, and then go about our lives, and then remember, oh, that's right. We have botulism, and we're done. So it just went on and on and on. But Where did that come from? It came from somebody opening a can of tomatoes at the beginning of the scene for no reason. For no reason. So you can take anything that you've put there and use it for something that it wasn't originally intended for.
Yeah.
You could do this constantly, and this will keep refreshing your scene and re-energizing it.
And so how, sorry, I want more to add. Like, so how do you make sure in such a long scene as you shift along that you don't lose your character, like that specific, what made it specific? Like, for example, Andy was the I guess overprotective mom. Like, would this be consistent throughout, or like?
It depends. There's no right answer. You can have a deal where characters change.
Yeah.
Where they realize something. That's always a good thing to do, particularly in a longer piece. That's what status shifts do. Status shifts usually mean somebody realizes something that they didn't realize before. They're not the same. Mom, here, Andy and Rob, if we'd gone on a lot longer, it could have swapped over and he could have taken control in some way. And she would have been subservient in some way. Who knows? But in any plot, the protagonists need to change in some way. Something needs to affect them. Doesn't happen that often in a shorter scene, but in a longer scene, it's what I always tell people is just give it up. Give it up. If this has been your thing for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, no, I won't go swimming. I won't go swimming. Okay, I'll jump in the lake. Give it up. You can only hold it for so long.
In a full-length film, we call it Act 3. When the character went through a journey, she will realize something definitely there. She will change.
Of course, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we when we do narratives, we talk about the whole, rising action and all that sort of stuff. But exposition, rising action, and climax, and denouement, and all that. So anyway, let's go down the line like we always do, and we'll start whoever this is, and that's Rob. Just anything just to take away, anything that you take away from this.
Oh, today was great fun. I just kind of went along for the ride with both of you guys. Had the premise that I just followed, and I really enjoyed that. Andy's was brilliant. There was just that face gave me so much to do.
Yeah,
right.
The face.
That character's posture came out of that face. I knew everything that had ever happened between them. That was like that would just launch that thing in a perfect direction. Mwah!
Yes.
Kiss.
Wonderful. Andy, what do you got?
I like the sessions of us discussing things before workshop. Like it gives us like a sense of recall of the things we need to think and things that we want to understand more. So yeah, thank you for that opportunity.
Yeah, that's the difference between a workshop and a jam. Joy, what do you got?
Yeah, I was reminded of like giving up because being like you are used to like scripts and like you like character analysis. You're put in the place wherein you plan in advance, but when the reminder comes, like just be present with your partner and like do things you yourself is surprised too. So that's the beauty of like not planning ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, thank
Cool.
you.
Thank you. Khalil.
Yeah, I wanted to say I had fun with everyone, fun watching, fun playing. It was a great time. I had a deeper appreciation of the random chaos order. I really appreciated it, this especially during this workshop and seeing it in action more.
Cool. Yeah, if you're working with another director or another teacher or something, and you mentioned randomness, chaos, and order, hey, we learned randomness, chaos, order today, and they will say, "What are you talking about? What is that?" I'm not saying I invented it, but that way of putting it, they may not be familiar with. So, just proprietary. Lourdes, what do you got?
Oh, I had a lot of fun. Everybody had something to contribute. great insight.
Except Lilith, he had absolutely nothing. He had nothing to contribute whatsoever.
He had a great deal of insight. Good times. I had a lot of fun today. So thanks, guys.
Cool. Hey, what do you got?
Really learned something with the agreement being on the same side. That was really interesting exercise, and I really like when Lilith and Ella were using the metaphor to talk about things. It just reminds me how people do that in real life, and it's actually really funny.
Yeah. Use colorful imagery and language when you can. Instead of just saying "I love you," you can say "You are the treadmill of my health club."
Wow.
You just keep going. Whatever. Lilith, what do you got?
This is new to me, not fighting and agreeing on an idea, and you shouldn't fight. But I realized that tools can still change orbits within an agreeable scene, which was such a good discovery for me. It works for anything.
Yeah. The essence of it is, I'm human. Hey, I'm human too. Yeah, but you're not me, and you're not me. So there's going to be a problem. Even if you're agreeing, you're still not me. Miles Davis, who said, if you completely understood what I was talking about, you'd be me. Ella, what do you got?
I just love all of the questions that were asked, and I love the continuous learning. I really appreciate each one of you. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad we could do it. That's all I've got. I won't keep anybody.
Thank you for the special Sunday.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tom.
the mass has ended. Go in peace.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Dominus
Thank you, Tom.
Vobiscum.
God bless.
God bless.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.